buttons, this ain't no game to me. Yeah, ain't got time.
The rain is falling, the fans are soaked, but here's the bottom line. We've got football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Tennessee Titans and the Baltimore Ravens. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Fielded right around the 8. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So already not the best of kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalposts. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs to help out with field position at the least.
Herbert's throw is taken in by Waddle. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. The Ravens in a very solid 4-1 here in the early part of the year. And they coming off their very first loss of the season, suffered a week ago.
So now we can all take that chasing the 1972 Dolphins, take it and throw it right out the window, right? But let's face it, not many teams talk about that or even have interest in it. All they want to do right now is bounce back after that loss.
Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Max Crosby, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Well, last game he had 2 sacks, got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. And the Titans going to signal for a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Troy Pride. And the Titans are going to take possession of the football. And that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing.
Oh, Chop fumbled it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. Play action. It's Lawrence. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And the Ravens force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a first down. They run again with Hunt. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Well, this defense for the Titans, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up third. Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for third down. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Oh, he still brings it in off the tip here on the deep.
Sometimes those tip balls turn out to be like a pinball, just bounce all over the place. Everyone's got to go up and get it. In this case,
we talk about tip drills for defensive players like you, but what about the offensive guys? They do any tip drills?
I think they work on it as well.
And now the ball's out, fumble near midfield. It's picked up by the Titans, and the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. And they put it on the ground here on the second drive, and of course, Charles, that follows drive number 1 where they had the INT.
Makes you wonder what's going on with this team, because a lot of times we can attribute it to nerves, but maybe it's a lack of focus. Maybe it is the preparation for the game. Maybe they just came into a little lackadaisical, because that's just not looking good at all. That's just not the football that we came here to see.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And only a couple there as he'll take this up to the 47. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description, because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
On third down, Lawrence. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Second down, here's Chubb again. And some room to run now. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Chandon Sullivan. And the Ravens are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done, because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
In motion right is Hopkins. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Herbert. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Herbert throwing again. Able to find his man. It's Pickens. And he will have the Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Handoff up the middle. Hunt. He'll take this to the 46.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Herbert. He'll get this one underneath to Hunt. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Herbert. He finds Pickens over the middle. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, you're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
On 1st down, Justin Herbert. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will work. John Harbaugh never shy about bringing out the red challenge flag, and he'll do so here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To the air again, Herbert. He's going to go up top for the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal, because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And the Titans are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. That's back-to-back drives that have looked pretty good. The offense was moving the ball, but in both cases, the defense comes up with a big INT to get off the field.
How about the layers of intrigue that continue to get added as we watch this game unfold? Both offenses, they're a little bit discouraged with how their drives ended. How will each respond now and can either mount another positive series that ends in points for their team?
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
They run again on first down, Chubb, and he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 44 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight ends. Lawrence on the sneak. Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. First down.
Okay, I'll admit it. I'm a little surprised by that call. 2nd and inches. It did what it was intended, but it felt like it was a free play waiting to happen. I thought they might take a shot.
2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half.
Let's go.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. Taken down at the 47-yard line.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Second down, here's Chubb again. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Here's Lawrence. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 32-yard line. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. They go play action now. Lawrence. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
On 2nd and 10, Lawrence toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Buying time to his left. And he'll just get rid of it.
And based on my math, they only tackled 1 time as far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. Third downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
Koo knocks this one through the post. And we have action on the scoreboard just before halftime. It's 3-0. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
He's got this downfield to McBride. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A very solid gain of 27.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. From the 50, here's Herbert. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So we've reached halftime. All we have to show for the first half, a lone field goal. 3-0 our score. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did.
There he goes, left side. Past the 20. Touchdown, Titans. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a two-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw pulled in by Hopkins. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
And good work there in open space, and he's got this all the way down now to the 32. 12 more yards there and another first down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta.
Herbert has it knocked free. Fortunate to get that football back because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
From the 31, Herbert. Quick hitter to Jalen Waddle. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 20-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They run right side with Hunt. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
They sure did. And remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, If there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Max Crosby able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his third sack of the afternoon.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Third and long, it's Herbert. Eluding the pressure right. Batted by the linebacker, but still adjusts and makes the catch. And finally Downey. They work it inside the 10 to the 7.
Those tip balls can drive you crazy in so many different directions. If this one hits the ground, they're facing a field goal at best.
Instead, first down. You remember the old tip drill here. It pays off for the offense.
Yeah, and the tip drill's supposed to work for the defense.
Right.
It's in the air, go up and get it. Instead, the offense gets a first down, and that's a big play for them.
Throw right side, going to be caught here by Waddle. That's good for a gain of 6, second and goal.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Second and goal from the 1. Herbert going to keep it on the sneak, and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Justin Herbert scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Ravens have cut it back within a score. So it took them a little while, Charles, but now they have their first points of the game, and they come here in this third quarter.
And more often than not, Brandon, when that happens, you find yourself down 21, 28 points and not really with a lot of hope. But with that touchdown, they're right back in this game.
Patterson back out there to send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Second down, here's Chubb again. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. They run it again with Chubb. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
Following the penalty, Chubb. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 75 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. And this one is incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
They go with Chubb on second down. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around a training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a 1st down.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
Ready, break.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They go up the middle with Chubb. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
The Titans on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. And again, it's Chubb. And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3.
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation. And I thought he was going to get the 1st down the way the play developed. But the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
Here we go, here we go.
Here we go with Williams. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short the line to gain. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter. The tackle there by the safety, Xavier McKinney.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
From the 29, Herbert. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Got a man. It's McBride complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Max Crosby, the one who got in there for the stop. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the 4th quarter. Just rely more on the passing attack.
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback out.
And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Max Crosby, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on third down. Here's Herbert. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Fourth down for Herbert. Desperation time. He's got a man. Complete. And he is going to have a Ravens first down. And it is a big letdown there defensively. They somehow allowed to convert on 4th and long. They go for it on 4th down, and it pays off big time as they pick up 29. A new lease on life after the 4th down conversion. Here's 1st and 10. Herbert. Able to get this one to McBride. Touchdown! Trey McBride with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Ravens have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Oh, I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. So with a missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so. But maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
Throwing now, Lawrence. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Lawrence. And that's complete to Brown. So the completion results in 9 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down. First things first here, they got to pick up the first down.
It is 4th down, so they've got to pick up a completion here. Otherwise, this one's over.
They run. It's Williams. And they will get the conversion on 4th down to stay alive, but time not an ally. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Back to throw. Lawrence. That's taken in by Knox. On the move past the 40. And he'll be brought down at the 27. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence. He's got his target. It's the tight end, Knox. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout as he'll stop him with 13 seconds left to play. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Boy, this crowd is on pins and needles now because anytime you see the ball heading for the end zone, you really hold your breath, and they come out of their seats. That one falls incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll look to throw. Drops it off for Chubb. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end.
Well, they came so close, Charles. They were knocking on the door in a one-possession game, but ultimately the defense held tough to get the victory.
And doesn't it feel like it just leaves them asking what could have been? So many moments when they could have had a big play to change the outcome of this game. And let's face it, none bigger than that final snap that just fell short.
So for Baltimore, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll try to make amends next week as